today to bring you here to start making one of the most challenging things, which is bread. This is a bread actually that you can freeze. So I'm going to show you how to make bread, like for example, this one in here. This is a bread that you can use for stuffing, but you can also use for bread pudding, for example, or for French toast as well. It's a bread that can absorb moist. So that is really good if you want to put it with bone broth or you want to put it with your nut-free milk to make French toast. So that is what we are going to be making here today. And this bread that I'm going to prepare is egg-based. So first, always, the most important thing to always remember is if you are going to be using the oven, that's the first thing we need to do. We turn on the oven because I always forget and then I have to be waiting later on to put my stuff in the oven. So we are going to preheat the oven at 350 Fahrenheit. All right, so 350 Fahrenheit, and let's start putting the ingredients together. And why it's also important that you remember to preheat it is because when we use low carb flours like coconut flour or almond flour, they absorb the moist really fast, mostly coconut flour. So you are going to be waiting until your oven heats up. It's going to take a long time, and probably the flour is going to absorb all the moist and it's going to become dry like a rock. So it's why preheat the oven first. That's rule number one. Rule number two, have your protocol always with you, next to you. And as a scientist, as a background, no matter how many times we make a recipe, we always follow exactly the recipe, the protocol for the experiment, and more when you are playing with flours like coconut flour or almond flour, because these ingredients, they have to be exactly that amount. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, or heaping tablespoons or less than that is not going to work. It's going to really change the result of the experiment. So always have your protocol next to you. I always do. So even if you memorize the recipe, you can always go back and take a look. Then the ingredients that we're going to use for the bread is just 4 ingredients. It's as simple as that. And you don't need a bread maker. That is even the best. So we're going to use 2 cups of blanched almond flour. You don't want to have the skin of the almonds and you want it blanched because usually it's thinner. So the result is going to be better. We're going to use baking powder as well, just baking powder on the ingredients. We're going to use 4 large eggs and 2 egg whites. And we are going to use 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And this, of course, is up to taste, but I don't want to add too much salt because I'm going to be using the bread for something else. So another trick for you, if you are taking the eggs from the refrigerator right now, I can see you. If you are taking the eggs from the refrigerator, don't worry. But usually you want to bring the eggs to room temperature before you cook this kind of goodies. So I'll tell you a trick. Why do I have my eggs in water? It's because a quick way to warm up to room temperature your eggs is go take a bowl, fill it up with warm water, and then put your eggs in there, and we are gonna leave them inside the water, warm water, while we are mixing the dry ingredients. So go run, put the eggs in there, and then we are going to mix the dry ingredients. So when we are baking, cooking, usually for these kind of flours, I don't like to mix the flour right away with the wet ingredients. So they're going to start absorbing the moist really fast. So I like to always mix the dry ingredients in one container and the wet ingredients in a different container. So I'm gonna have these 2 different containers here, one for the eggs one for the dry ingredients. Glass, stainless steel, try not to use plastic, avoid toxins from plastic, that's always the best. So we are going to use 2 cups of the flour. For the eggs, you need a bigger bowl. With the almond flour, we are going to mix it with the baking powder, which the baking powder is usually the substitute for yeast. On an anti-inflammatory diet, we don't use yeast because yeast can cause candida overgrowth, microbial imbalance in your gastrointestinal tract. So we are using baking powder, vinegar, whenever you want to grow your pastries even more. So 3 teaspoons of baking powder, and I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. And for salt, we use any type of non-refined salt, Himalayan, Hawaiian, Celtic. I'm gonna add just 1/4 teaspoon because, as I said, I don't want to put too much because I'm going to be using it for something else in another recipe. And I'm just gonna mix the ingredients together. I use a small bowl, so I have to be careful. But you know, I always say I'm really messy cooking. I am messy cooking. I always make a mess. My mother always told me, "You're so messy." But it's okay, I clean after. And if we don't make a mess, that means we are not using the kitchen. And the kitchens are made to be used. So no matter, this is not a huge kitchen. We don't need to have a huge kitchen, fancy kitchen full of gadgets. No need. So after we mix our flour with the baking powder and the salt, we'll mix. Now we have our dry ingredients. And then now our eggs that were in warm water, they warm up a little bit to room temperature. Otherwise, if you took them from the refrigerator earlier, you don't need to put them in water. I'm going to remove the water. And I have a bowl. Be sure it's big enough because we are going to make the eggs foamy. So usually for baking and this type of flours, I like to use large eggs. So these are local here from Hawaii, pasture raised egg. Look at the yolk. That's beautiful. So we are going to use 4 eggs. They're big. Oops. So we have 4, and stop there. Don't crack the rest. We need 4 whole eggs and 2 egg whites. So get another container. And let's separate the egg white from the yolk. So the egg white is what we are going to use. So be sure we don't break the yolk. Like this until all the egg white is done. And then you can keep the egg yolks, don't throw them away. You can keep the egg yolks for another recipe, like for example, to make a lemon curd. That's one of my favorite, or to make a pastry cream, a custard, or just, you know, just throw it on top of some vegetables or some food that you are cooking to add extra healthy fat to your meal. All right, so we have the egg yolks here, so I will keep them in the refrigerator for later to make something else. And now we have our 4 eggs and egg yolks. What we are going to do is we are going to whisk the eggs until they become foamy. And usually that's 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. And of course you can do it like my mom used to do it with the fork, like really, really fast, really fast, really fast. But that's gonna take you much longer than 2 minutes. So if you have a electric road mixer, our oven is ready. So get your electric road mixer. And I'm going to put it in high, and I'm going to start mixing until it's foamy. So usually it's a couple of minutes. If not, you can definitely do it with the fork, but it's going to take you a little bit longer to get to that consistency. Yeah, I think we're good. Couple of minutes. Good. So let me show you how it looks like. It's foamy, as you can see. That's how it looks like. And then basically we just add the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. So how we are going to do that carefully. So you can use a rubber spatula or a wooden spatula I always use, but don't whisk too harsh, just gently. That's how we are going to mix the dry into the wet. So start adding your mix of almond flour, baking powder, and salt in here. All right. And as I said, this is a bread. I love to make bread pudding with this bread. You can even make it sweet if you add the stevia, low glycemic index sweeteners with the flour before you mix it. And now, with enveloping movements, we start mixing. And of course, it's not gonna stay like snowy, but you don't wanna whisk it too harsh. But be sure that it's well combined, the wet and the dry ingredients. All right, so mine is all combined. It's kind of like a paste. So now we are going to add it in the container where we are going to bake the bread. And this is it. As you can see, making this bread that you can use for a lot of things is easy, because actually I love cooking, but I don't like spending 2 hours for one recipe. And I know all of you are busy. So we have to make recipes that are easy, tasty, simple. So I have here a loaf pan that is about, this is 5 to 9 inch. You can use an 8-inch, 8.5. It doesn't need to be a loaf pan like this. Can be a square, can be rectangular, however you want to use it. And I'm going to put a little bit of parchment paper. So, okay, so basically we just add the paste in there. Oh, it went out of the paper. See, these things happen to everyone. Mess happen to everyone. So let's just put it here. All right, so now that we have put all the butter in there, try to spread it all over the container. And this is it. We are going So we have it here. We are going to put it in your preheated oven at 350 for 45 minutes or until the knife is going to come out clean. But usually it's 45 in the middle rack of the oven. Put it there, and that's it.